of the city. We're right next door to Shabab El Akli, one of the leading football clubs here. It's another hot, hot, hot day after the rains of 2 days ago that also led to a little bit of rain yesterday. More about that later, maybe. So, as usual, lots happening. We've 23 finals today, 5 in the morning, all in the field. We kick off with the women's discus F11, the men's javelin F41. The women's shot put F34 comes later. There are no track finals this morning, but we do see the return of some big names, including Shi Yiting, who's already broken 2 world records here so far this week. The women's 100 T64 features the 400 champion Irmgard Ben Susan of Germany, Sophie Kamlisch of Great Britain, Marlene van Ganswinkel of the Netherlands, Fleur Young. We saw them all in the long jump last night. Temperature 23 Celsius, though actually feels like about 30, 32. Humidity's a bit high. A little bit dusty across the city. Well, Shi Yiting among the gold medalists for China so far. 13 golds for them, 31 in total. She'll be looking for another today. Ukraine with 8 golds. Brazil with 7. And Great Britain, thanks to their successes in the field over the past couple of days. Alan Davis, Holly Arnold are up to 6 golds now, 15 in total. And Russia with 5 on their international comeback. Very good morning from Will Downing and Tosin Tollett.
Good morning, Will. Good morning, everyone. Wonderful day again. Sun shining. No issues today with any weather whatsoever. About 30 degrees it will get up to. China at the top of the medal table. They pushed on yet further, and this morning promises to be fantastic as well. The wind is slightly less than it was yesterday. So world records and championship records were scratched off yesterday because of the wind being more than plus 2.0, which is the legal limit. Some of the long jumpers had the opposite, where they had to go into that wind. So things were a little bit different yesterday to what they are today. It's a calm morning, I can tell you that, because all my papers are not blowing away on the desk as they did yesterday. We've managed to nail them down. Women's discus throw F11 for complete visual impairment will be the first of the field events to get underway. The men's javelin throw F41 for those of short stature. We'll also head out just after 9 AM local time, and then we'll hit the track for some heats, some semi-finals. No finals on the track until the evening session. Just the field where the medals will be handed out this morning. Those who have got themselves an early seat and those who are taking photos for their nations are in good position and ready to go. Happy day to you, sir.
Of course,
busy at work.
And those who have to come very early here, 7 AM, 7:30, to make sure everything is in situ, and then the unexpected can happen like yesterday, which we didn't actually realize was caught and shot because the monitors were gone for about 15 minutes because there was a huge pool of water that gathered on the top of the roof. It's a canvas roof after the rains that had happened on Sunday. Would have only 5 days of rain you get in Dubai each year. And down it came like a waterfall right into the front of the stand. It was very close to us, only about 2 meters or 3 meters from us. A couple of the commentary positions here were washed out. We actually hadn't realized that the camera was on that at the time when it happened, so you got a great view of it.
As you look at that shot there of the stand, right in the middle of it is where it came down. And one of our colleagues from Japan, from NHK, had the camera covered in water, but they're back again with the camera in position. So hopefully that is the same camera as yesterday and it's no problem with it. Looks like it's working anyway. There is the stand, that's what we're talking about. Off the top of there, the water cascaded down. It was a waterfall. Thankfully, we were about 10 or 12 metres to the right of it, so our equipment got off lightly.
Anyway, it's 30 Celsius, so everything dried within 2 minutes. It's all good.
Blue sky delight here in Dubai. That there, the 200-metre start, which we'll see later in the morning session. Women's discus throw, F11. Complete visual impairment is the first of the categories to get underway on this Tuesday morning. Zhang Lingman of China, the world and championship record holder, set in Christchurch back in 2011, will go in this one. So will the shot put champion, Asunta Lenyante, looking for a double.
And generally, she delivers. It's already won 1 gold here. Let's go through the field here. Tang Hongxia of China. Inside her for Turkey, it's Busra Nur Tirikli. For Canada, Liliana Ljubicic. For those over 30, there are prospects, and this is one of those who throws over 30, Florencia Romero of Argentina. Another Canadian in this F11 final, complete visual impairment, it's Ness Murby. Now a serious contender. Always big potential of medals for Yesenia Restrepo of Colombia. The world record holder, the championship record holder, set in Christchurch in 2011, Zhang Liangmin. For India, who've already scored brilliantly in the field events so far this week, Nidhi Mishira. For Brazil, it's Isabela Campos, lifetime best set this year of 35.32, makes her a big contender. She's the second longest thrower in the field this year, and already with a shot gold, the multiple world and Paralympic champion is Asunta Lenyante of Italy. All with guides, and it is, remember, complete visual impairments.
Our first event on the track, heats of the men's 100 meters T11.
So a baking day, as usual. And it means sitting out in the shade for a long time. They've all got the canopies up. It is a long, long competition.
This is not a sleeping practice. We need to keep moving. We do not need to set.
Well, if that's not determination for people to get up and get throwing, I don't know what is.
It's not okay. Not a single event in my life have I had to sit through a competition.
So that sounds like a Canadian accent, if ever there was one.
Okay, start. Okay, start. يا صفية
Fascinating conversation that we not deliberately eavesdropped on.
Well, Tang is going to get us underway. She'll be hoping to add 9 centimetres to her lifetime best at least, 39.91. She'll want to be one of those up over that 40-metre mark if possible. There's only one in the field who's actually thrown over 40 metres, and that is Zhang Lingman, her Chinese compatriot. So Tang being led out to the circle.
Didong of China is half a second quicker than anybody else on paper.
And she'll be getting us underway very shortly indeed.
Well on the left of him for Thailand, Pirapong Watbok. But only one athlete guaranteed through, and that is the world ranked #1, Didong Dong. And after strong wins last
Tang with her first up attempt. Complete visual impairment. Women's discus throw, F11, to get us underway. That's well out over the 20-metre mark.
There's the formal results on the scoreboard for that race that we've just seen.
But she'll be hoping for a little bit more than 20, maybe over 30 even.
And in the field, at the opposite end of the track, it's the men's javelin F41 final.
Well, it's not over 30, 29.77 with her opening efforts.
So the full start list is displayed on the scoreboard. We didn't get a chance to introduce the
So 10 in this field.
pressures, but there are...
So it's obviously going to take a while to get through this competition. We will be seeing a good bit of this through the morning.
Buzra Nur Turikli of Turkey up next, the 24-year-old. European Championship silver back in 2016. Only 4th place last year in Berlin. And she just missed out on a medal in London 2 years ago. 4th place then, 28.17 was her mark on that occasion. While she's getting herself ready to go, just a bit of news that in the men's 100 metres T11 in the opening heat, Didong Dong of China took the qualifying place to move through to the semi-final. So Turikli with her opener. And that has gone way out to the right, so that will be a red flag for her first one. Failed to find the required area. Just let it go a little bit too early.
Yes, thank you.
Skewing it out to the right. Lubicic of Canada will be up next.
It's her major international comeback, her first global championship since the 2002 Worlds. She's the world champion from 1994 and the Paralympic champion from Barcelona 1992. More about her later. But for now, Heat 2 of the men's 100 metres T11. Didong Dong has already had a victory in 11.22. This second heat features the reigning world and Paralympic champion. David Brown going for 3 world titles in a row. And also the Pan Am bronze medalist Edison Santos for Brazil. Martin Pareco-Matha, we see quite a lot of for Spain. Generally, he's more successful in the long jump. Did get his best ever track result last year. David Brown alongside his guide Jerome Avery. They are Team Bravery, coached by the great Joachim Cruz. Based in Chula Vista in California, the US Olympic Training Center. It says Edison Santos in 3, his first major championship globally alongside Ubrig Matha, his guide, the Pan Am 400 meters bronze medalist from Caracas. David Brown, the reigning world and Paralympic champion. Golds in the last 3 global championships in this 100 meters. And Martin Pareco-Matha, along with his guide Sydney Ojukpo, finished down the field in the long jump, but he won silver in the 100 meters in Berlin last year, after 2 long jump silvers in the previous 2 Euros in Grosseto and Swansea before that. David Brown is the world record holder. A few years ago now in Walnut, California. 5.5 years ago. It's only the heat winner guaranteed to go through to the semi-finals, plus the next 4 fastest losers. So Santos in 3, Brown in 5, Pareco in 7. Santos, Brown, Pareco. They're away, and Brown storming clear down the middle, looking to book his spot in the semi-final straight away, and he is going to do that. Brown takes it, 11:32. Santos in 2nd, Pareco in 3rd. And that's his morning work done.
David Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes, indeed. Take a bow. Into the semis without any difficulty. And for him, for someone as fast as him, times don't matter, and really lane draws don't either.
Calm, 2 more to go.
2 more rounds, semi-final and the final remain in this.
Got cleaning up on the next one.
Oh, no. He will.
And Brown has them well targeted. Away he shot. And that was the end of it. They weren't going to catch up. And that tends to be the story. So won the gold in this in Doha and London, the last 2 World Championships, and in Rio, the Paralympic Games.
That throw by
solid display. Didn't need to do anything too spectacular. Significant winning margin. Anderson Santos coming home in 2nd spot. 4 heats, and it is the top 4 who go through. Maybe in a good position to make it, but there's no doubt about David Brown. He is into the semi-finals.
Scoreboard, those are the javelin standings as we conclude round 1 out of 6.
So heat number 3, after David Brown, the world and Paralympic champion, goes through as the qualifier from his, joining Di Dong Dong. 2 more heats left in this men's 100 metres T11 complete visual impairment category.
Just waiting for Shia.
the man who picked up bronze over 400 metres already at these championships. We'll go on this one, Felipe de Souza Gomez, and also Timothy Adolphe of France. His maiden gold medal in major championships, winning that 400 metres event here. Load of people watching on in the stand. France have got some great support here. So of the likes of Japan, their national broadcaster here en masse. Thailand and Namibia also represented, along with Brazil and France, in this third heat. As the sun continues to beat down on us all here. No complaints whatsoever.
That world record, 43.67. And he's gone out to 42.83. Just down on his own championship record from Doha 2015.
Songphanet of Thailand will go out in lane 1. He was 9th position back in London 2 years ago. 11.96 his lifetime best. Next to him, further out in lane 5, will be Felipe de Souza Gomez. As mentioned, he's picked up a bronze already at these championships in the 400 metres. Superchal Songphanet of Thailand. Always outstanding, especially in the wheelchair categories, are Thailand in the T54s majorly. Now's their chance in the T11 section. The first of these will go through automatically. The next 4 fastest across the 4 heats will advance to the semi-final stage. Songphanet with his guide, Chinawat Chulong. The guys cannot be underestimated how much effort they put into this and how important they are as well. Timothy Adolphe, the gold medalist over 400 metres. Next to him, the man who took bronze, Felipe de Souza Gomez. Bronze in 2012 and silver in 2016 in this event, silver in 2013 and 2015. And on the outside, Alfred Bernardo, 19-year-old, his first major championship from Namibia. This takes a little bit of time just to get them tethered to their guide and to get the silence so they can fully lock themselves on to hearing that starting gun. As you see the process, the guy will get them into position, make sure they're happy with where they are behind the line, check the hands, and once all that's done, they will get themselves into position. The tether will be set, which you can see there on that right hand. Synchronicity, the key between athlete and guide. A little bit like artistic gymnastics, rhythmic gymnastics, or synchronized swimming, if you want to put it that way. So away they get, no problems at all, getting away. It's de Souza Gomez who goes away fastest. Adolphe on his inside. Adolphe is now coming back. It's de Souza Gomez, and he's going to be very tight. I think Timothy Adolphe has just got it on the line from France. 11.22 the time. Adolphe looks to have held off de Souza Gomez of Brazil. So the man who took gold over 400 metres has moved through as a qualifier in 11.21. The official time. for Timothy Adolph. So his championships continue, 11:28 for D'Souza Gomez. I suspect he'll go through as one of the fastest qualifiers. But Timothy Adolph, so many times at major championships he has been disqualified, but his luck seems to be in here. D'Souza Gomez jumped the fastest in lane 5, but Adolph just worked his way into the race. And you just see he just gets ahead there and on the line, but that was very, very tight as to where his guide finished then. Adolph just going across before the guide, if you are new to the sport. That is very tight indeed. Now, I said there's been disqualifications in the past by Timothy Adolph. That was as tight as you can get. But the Brazilian has qualified, D'Souza Gomez. 11:28 his time. So he does go through as one of the fastest qualifiers. Timothy Adolph, a season best, 11:21. And D'Souza Gomez goes through, despite finishing second, 11:28. His time, lifetime best for Alfred Bernardo of Namibia.
It's not even 9:30 in the morning here in Dubai, and actually it's a nice crowd in the shade here. We've got a long jump a little bit later.
In the discus, we have a European record for
Be the men's T13, which is least visual impairment of the 3 categories, and at the moment we're concentrating on the first. Heat 4 on the way of this men's 100 meters T11, and in this, the championship record holder, former European and world champion, the current Pan Am champion.
So that javelin throw by Koban.
And the men who currently hold the 200 and 400 Paralympic crowns. So this is actually quite stacked. And this is the reigning Pan Am champion, the former world and Paralympic champion Lucas Prado, who holds the championship record in this. Gerard Descarrega is the reigning 400 meters European, world and Paralympic champion. Nai Shikongo is the reigning Paralympic 200 champion. He's never, curiously, won a world championship gold. Chen Jingyu, silver in the long jump here. He's on the near side. And his guide, Han Hongyu. Mainly concentrates on the long jump. That's where he's got his best results. Let's run through the field then. Gerard Descarrega, the reigning European, world and Paralympic champion in the 400 meters. Gerard Descarrega and his guide Guillermo Roca for Spain. Alongside them in 3, the reigning Pan Am champion, the former world champion 4 times, and the triple Paralympic champion in Beijing in 08, the 1, the 2, and the 4, Lucas Prado, with his guide Anderson Machado. Alongside them, the reigning Paralympic 200 meters champion, silver in the 100 in the last Worlds, in London, and Anna Chikongo with his guide Evan Javiju, and in lane 7, the winner of the silver medal in the long jump this week, Chen Jingyu of China, alongside his guide Han Hongyu. Descarrega also claiming the 400 meters bronze here in Dubai, currently studying psychology. This is parents' profession. Prado from San Jose in Brazil. And it's only the top athlete who will qualify for the final in the next 4 to the semis. But if they're all fast enough, they're all faster than 11:79, they all actually go through. This is the category where it really is all about teamwork. Having a good, reliable guide, and probably more importantly, a fast one. Descarrega Puigdeval in 1, Prado in 3, Chikongo 5, Chen in 7. Men's 100 meters T11. Away we go. Great start. Prado. Descarrega got off really well in 1, but Prado is flying through here. Chikongo's in trouble, by the way. Prado and Chikongo at 11.14. Very close to his championship record from Lyon 6 years ago. But Prado takes it, and he is on the way to the semi-finals. He was pushed a little bit. There wasn't a lot in the end between the 4. Chikongo had fallen back a good bit in that, but recovered well to finish in 2nd place. He will be in the semis as well. Descarrega Puigdeval had pushed and pushed. He's also qualified in a lifetime best, by the way. It's actually a good prospect. They all have gone through because they're all fast enough.
Brasil, mais tarde, 18 horas.
A very, very fast field. Everybody a man of quality. Even Chen, who isn't really known for his sprinting, more his jumping, might just have got through. Chikongo fell back almost to 4th place there, but there was never a doubt about Prado. 11.15 is winning time. And Chikongo managing to stretch back behind him in 2nd spot. There's quite a few lifetime bests in that heat. Chen didn't make it ultimately. Only by a tight margin. Chen misses out on the semi-finals by 11/100ths of a second. But Prado has produced the fastest time. Season's best for him as well. Him and Guy Anderson Machado. Top 3 made it. Prado, Chikongo, Descarrega, all into the semis. Creditable lifetime best for the Spaniard. Decent morning, great to be in the shade, of course. This competition continues in that women's discus, F11. Same category, complete visual impairment. And there are some expected names who have made their way up to the top of the leaderboard.
And there is the leaderboard. Zhang, with a season best 36.78, leads the way, the lady who holds the championship and world record. But at the moment, it is Brazil's Isabela Campos with her 2nd attempt, currently in 5th position. Well, I think you can hear that. She is not even got it out of the net. Straight into the pole. Big bang. And there'll be no improvement there with her second attempt. Almost makes you jump, doesn't it? With that complete visual impairment, it's a case of sensory perception, needing to know where you release the discus. So 30.69 remains her only legal throw to date. So here is the reigning shot put champion, who's already taken gold here from Italy, Assunta Legnate. She was behind us watching on last night's session, enjoying herself. So the lady from Naples. Well, that is way, way out there. Currently in second position, a new European record of 36.22 with her opener.
Throwing at 6, ranked number 5 in the world for Germany.
Last competed in the World Championships with a 4th place back in 2013.
At 7, ranked number 3 in the world for New Zealand.
She's won the last 4 world titles in shot put.
Jessica Gillen.
And she likes it. She likes it indeed.
And throwing at 9, representing Germany. Charlene Koch.
And there's a reason she likes it, because she's improved by 76 centimetres on that European record. So Tang, who is in first place, moves her way into the circle. "43 years of age, is still going strong."
In the javelin, we
Silver in
have
this back in
athletes now
2017,
first.
currently in first position.
Nukalawi is in the bronze medal position. Abdul Rahim is in silver, but it is still Sun leading as we approach the business end of round 3.
32.50 with her second throw, putting her in that third position. Quite some distance off what Assunta Legnate just threw a moment or two ago.
ويستعد اللاعب الصيني للمحاولة الثالثة وهو حاليا في المركز الرابع.
30 exactly, so she stays in third position, doesn't improve on that second attempt.
Increased her European record to 36 meters 98.
So Legnate leads. It is Zhang with a season best of China, who's in second, and Tang Hongxi, her compatriot, in the bronze medal position. As Trickley of Turkey moves up to continue her campaign. Breeze has slightly picked up, heading down in the direction of where Trickley will be throwing from. Lifetime best of 31.19. She's in fourth position. That is a foul. Let go too far to the right. Exactly what she did with her very first attempt earlier this morning. So 2 fouls on either side of a 31.19. You see it hits the boardings on the side there on the full, so out of bounds, and an easy red flag to call that one. Still a lifetime best though, over the second.
Shen of China next on the javelin runway. He's in 4th place.
And Canada's Ljubicic will be up next.
Liliana Ljubicic, born in Belgrade, based in Vancouver now. She has been for a long time. She was actually the chairperson of the IPC Global Athletics Commission for almost 8 years back in the noughties. She won gold in the very first World Championships back in 1994 and at the first televised Paralympics in Barcelona in 92, which there was very little live TV coverage of. So she's been around for basically the duration of every major event that's been organised by the International Paralympic Committee, celebrating 30 years this month, and World Para Athletics. She's been out of the sport, obviously, for just around a decade. She's lying in 6th position at the moment, 26.33 in round 2, but needs an extra 4.5 meters even to push up 1 spot. .24.65, she will stay in 6th.
Another big javelin throw from Abdul Rahim of Iraq.
Next to throw for Argentina will be Florencia Romero of Argentina.
39.99.
5th in the last World Championships in this discus, her best global result. Finished 7th in Rio in the Paralympic Games. 8th before that in Doha. I trundled along a bit, and she'll do very well to make any progress with that. That'll be a red flag. Lives in Buenos Aires, coached by Javier Alvarez, Bernardo Pinataro and Maida Nada. Psychology. She's studied also. Next to throw, the other Canadian, Ness Murby.
The impairments typically affect the ability to control legs, trunk, arms, and hands.
For Canada. Currently down the field in 9th place. She got to 18.55 in the previous round. Now, lifetime best is double that. And that's much better. That'll see her rise up the field, no doubt about it. The javelin is what she excels in. Bronze in London and silver in Doha. She was in the discus in Rio only and finished 6th in that. She too is based in Vancouver. Well, 27.69, she jumps up to 6th and knocks her teammate Lubicic down there. It's the Pan Am champion now, Yesenia Restrepo.
3 places available in the final, plus the next 2 fastest across these 2 races.
And 2 no throws, which would be a big shock for one of the favourites. 35.12 she's thrown this year. She's never won a global medal in the discus, bronze in the shot in 2011 in Christchurch, and bronze in Rio in the 4x100 relay.
Martinez is going to take it. And I think in 4th place there was Oliveira Cruz, who is the number 2 ranked athlete in the world. She may have to rely on Donald's.
All she needed was a white flag. All she needed was a decent distance. Anything over 25 meters she'd be happy with. Silver in the Pan Ams. It's her only international championship discus medal. A no throw would see her go out of the competition. Nidhi Mishra is in 9th place right now. Restrepo not on the board going into this round. At the moment, Valencia Belen Romero of Argentina is the one in jeopardy, down in 8th. She survives for now, and Restrepo, the Pan Am silver medalist, eliminated through that no throw.
The opening women's 100 metres T36, just to let you know about that. The current Paralympic champion, Martinez of Argentina, has gone through in 1st place. Jean of South Korea has gone through 2nd, and Nikolic of Germany is 3rd. And the lady who's got the best of the times of all the athletes who went in that race, lifetime best of 14.81, she finished 4th and will hope to go through as one of those fastest qualifiers. But Zhang Lingman, who is in 2nd position for China. 3rd attempt, season best 1st. For her, a foul with a 2nd. Well, that is very long indeed. Well, Lanyante leads 20 seconds further on than Zhang. Lanyante has 36.98, that's a new European record. Zhang, 36.78 thus far. I say thus far because that is very long. As she awaits, 34 years of age, lives in Shanghai. Took the sport up in 2001 and doesn't improve. Slightly under 35.64, remains in 2nd place. Well, that was close. Not close enough though. Mishra of India. Studying for a master's degree in philosophy. Well, now it's time to be less philosophical and more practical. As Mishra moves out for her 3rd. Not what she was after though. 22-24 at the moment in 9th position. And that may well be her last effort.
So Isabella Campos of Brazil will be next to the
Lifetime
throw.
best of 24.43. If she had thrown that, she would have been up into 8th position. But it's not going to happen today. In 5th position, Isabella Campos with her 3rd throw. .30.69 her best to date. So at the moment she is going through.
It's the second and final
with no
heat
difficulties
of
to the
women's 100 meters.
next stage of the competition. But that hasn't got out of the net. So a second successive foul. In case you're just joining us, the F11 is complete visual impairment category. Confirmation of the foul. Campos remains 5th. No change from that opening throw with 2 fouls afterwards. Here is the leader though.
In lane 5, ranked number 5 in the world.
Assunta Legnante. Already won the shot put gold at these championships. Can she add the discus gold to it?
In lane 6, the championship record holder, the world record holder, ranked number 1 in the world for the People's Republic of China.
Out in front at the moment, ahead of Zhang Lingmen, only 20 centimetres in it.
Ranked number 3 in the world.
She set a new European record already this morning.
Danielle Aitchison. And in lane 8, representing
What
Hong Kong.
has she got in a bag of tricks this time?
Wong Shei Yan. Same athletes in lanes 3 and 8.
Started
It's
7
Hong
years
Kong,
ago
so it's
in
time for
2012.
heat 2 of the women's 100 with 3.
That was in Turin. This is in Dubai. But that won't be any further. That's probably around the 32, 33 mark. So well down on what she's thrown so far, especially in her last effort. Almost 37 metres. But she'll remain in 1st position. .32.27, so no change whatsoever for Assunta Legnante, but she does remain in the hunt for that 2nd gold medal.
For 2 years, she's really well lane number 6, but also got well alongside her, and outside her, Aitchison. And a final challenge coming in from Kina.
Quick update on that second heat of the women's T36. Sophie Aitchison has won it, having won silver in the 400 earlier in the week. Actually, it's gone to a photo, and Aitchison has been edged out by Shi Yiting by 100th of a second.
Third place goes to even over 14.80, just 300.
We'll see them in the final.
Talking of Shi Yiting and China, they lead the way with 13 gold medals, 31 in total. Ukraine up in 2nd place, Brazil, Great Britain, Russia back in international competition, as you would expect, up there in 5th, followed by Australia, Uzbekistan, Tunisia, Germany and Finland, who make up the top 10. The United States in 11th position, just outside that top 10 mark. Japan, 2 golds, 1 last night in the long jump. They've got 5 altogether. And New Zealand, Lisa Adams will be in action again, who won shot put gold for New Zealand today. Netherlands just missed out through Van Gansenwinkel last night on getting a gold in the long jump. She picked up silver in that one, beaten in the very last jump. Spain yet to pick up a gold medal. They've picked up 2 silvers and 2 bronze. France with Timothy Adolphe, their gold medal, their only of the championship so far. The host nation, United Arab Emirates, 1 silver, 1 bronze for them in 40th position. Down to the bottom, and Indonesia, 1 bronze for them. They lie in 55th, with Azerbaijan also picking up just the 1 bronze.
With the athletes throwing in reverse order.
So a slight breeze here today, coming behind the athletes down the home straight into the faces of the long jumpers you see there, who are about to get underway very shortly indeed. In the T13 men's category. Young, old, every age possible in here today, watching on day 6. It is Tuesday. It is a lovely day. Germany, as always, well supported. The men's 100 metres T47, first of the semi-finals. And in the second heat, the world and championship record holder and current world champion, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos, will be heading out. But in the first one, we have Junior Washington of Brazil, his first major championship. There's a name you might know, Mikael de Roos. He is a double world champion in this event. Sidaitis of Lithuania, who comes from a family of motorcycle enthusiasts. He'll be needing to get on his bike in this one. The first 3 will go through to the final. In the first of the men's 100 metres T47 semi-finals. 8 to go. 3 will go through automatically, and then the next 2 fastest from this and the second heat will go through to the final. In lane 2, it is Nurferi Britana of Indonesia with a season best of 11.12, his lifetime best 6/100ths of a second better than that. He is the silver medalist at last year's Asian Para Games. Japan represented yet again, Yudai Suzuki, who was 7th in the long jump here. Lifetime best of 11.27. Mikael de Roos, gold in 2013 and 2015 in the 100 metres, bronze in 2017. He is also the 2014 and 2016 European champion, and silver in Rio back in 2016. Talking of Rio and Brazil, Junior Washington, 22 years of age, lifetime best set this year of 10.76. He will go in lane 5, first major championship. And the man who took up the sport back in 2015, Nikita Kotikov, this his first major championship after Russia have not been involved for the last 3 years. Danis Sidaitis, as I said, his family are motorcycle enthusiasts. He has won a silver medal in last year's European Championships. Tanner Wright, who we've already seen competing here in the long jump. Senior international debut came in 2017, fourth that year in this event. He trained 6 days a week, so no lack of commitment. And Phil Groller, who won European gold last year. His mother's a triathlete, his father played handball and coached athletics. His lifetime best and season best, 11.11. Tanner Wright's ready to go. He'll go from 8. 22 years of age. Oh, how I wish I was there again. So confirmation that the first 3 will go through automatically, no matter what their times, and then after that, the 2 fastest losers. T47 category, the upper limbs are affected by a limb deficiency. Now, if you want more on all the categories, Paralympics.org is the place to go, and you will get a full rundown on all the track, the field, the seated categories, everything you want, it is there in great depth. So they all get away with no problems at all. And getting away fastest is Junior Washington, but Mikel de Roos is coming up on his shoulder, but it is Junior Washington who's going to get there. De Roos is going to go through in second, and it might have been Groller on the outside of Germany who picked up third. 10.84 is the time unofficially for Junior Washington. It has been ratified as 10.84, so he goes through in first place. De Roos goes through in 11.11. And we await to see who goes through. I think Groller may well have got it on the outside in lane 9. He has 11.26 for the German, so he will go through as the third definitive qualifier. And then after that, I think Suzuki of Japan may well have picked up 4th place, and he'll have to wait to see if he gets through as one of the fastest times. But there is the man who won it, Junior Washington. 22 years of age, first major championships. Para-athletics is in the blood in Brazil, especially in sprinting. On the track, so many big and famous names across both men's and women's events. And Washington jumps from lane 5 and gets away very quickly indeed. Mikel de Roos didn't get away as quick as he maybe wanted to, but he certainly put his foot down during the middle section and had a little look across at the end just to make sure he was safe. He was. Knew that it was the first 3 that goes through, but Washington powers over the line and Groller out wide. Picks up 3rd place. It was Sidaitis, the Lithuanian, who came in 4th, and Pradana of Indonesia in 5th. Virginia Washington. Oh yes, did it easy. So Washington goes through 10.84, de Roos second in 11.11, and Groller also 11.26 by 3/100ths of a second over Sidaitis. Just 4/100ths of a second separating 3rd, 4th and 5th.
Those are the javelin standings. We're just awaiting the measurement for Ahmed Nas. 37.45, so he improves but remains in 5th place.
Well, what a thrill for Japan last night as they took gold in the women's long jump T64 through Maya Nakanishi. She's in action again this morning in the 100 meters heats a little bit later. Last championships were live on French TV from London. Sadly, these ones aren't. Must be the time difference. No change at the top of the women's discus, by the way, in the F11. Well, how about the way that woman doubled up yesterday in great style. As we await the second semi-final of the men's 100 meters T47. It features the reigning Pan Am World and Paralympic champion Patricio Ferreira, the Asian Games champion Wang Hao, who's already won gold in the long jump here, the former World and Paralympic champion Johansen Nascimento. Patricio Ferreira dos Santos getting very well acquainted with the entire field, and obviously will know each other very well through competing in all the same events all year. The 400 meters champion for this week. So right now he holds the 100, 200 and 400 titles because the 100 and 200 haven't been contested yet. Start off with lane 2 for Indonesia, the Asian Games silver medalist last year in Jakarta. He's got the red top knot for bravery. Rizal Bagas Saktiono. Lane 3 in Japan, first major championship, 5th in the 400 meters here in Dubai, Kakeru Ishida. In lane 4 for Brazil, the former European and Paralympic champion, golds in 11, 13 and 15 at the Worlds, and the 200 in London 2012, Johansen Nascimento. The reigning Asian Games champion in the 1, the 2, the 4 and the universal relay, and the long jump champion here for the second time in a row, Wang Hao. In lane 6 for Brazil, he is the reigning 100, 200 and 400 champion. The first 2 from London, the 400 here, Patricio Ferreira. In lane 7 for Nigeria, first major championship for Ife Madubuike. In lane 8, a man we actually haven't seen in championship action for 5 years. In terms of medals, silver in the 1 in Swansea in the Euros in 2014 and bronze in London 2012, Ola Abidogun. And in lane 9 for the United States, 9th in the 200 meters in the last World Championships, Jack Briggs from Fort Collins, Colorado. Time to update that resume. 11:07 is his lifetime best as well, so he's a chance. It's the first 3 in each heat, in each semi-final, to progress to the decider, and the next 2 fastest losers. So the top 3 into the final. Saktiono in 2, Ishida 3, Nascimento 4, Wang Hao 5, Ferreira 6, Madubuike 7, Abidogun 8 and Briggs 9. Full start. That could be a problem. It looked to be in the middle, to be honest with you, but that to be determined. So the jeopardy is on. Madubuike, by the way, had finished second in his heat of the 400 meters, but was disqualified after the fact. Did he go early here? He shuffled a little bit, didn't he? Let's see what the officials determine. Yeah, he shuffled. It was his movement. And they do tend to be, it being a world championship, going down to the letter of the law. That is a yellow card for Madubuike. Good news for him.
On your marks.
He's able to race still. So Saktiono in 2, Ishida in 3, Nascimento 4, Wang Hao 5. Long jump world champion twice in a row now. Patricio Ferreira, the 400 meters champion here, he's in 6. Madubuike is still in 7. Abadogun in 8. Jack Briggs in lane 9. Top 3 into the final. So away the second time of asking. Great start by Wang and by Nascimento as well. And Ferreira dos Santos is Brazil in Brazil. Ferreira will take it. Nascimento in second place. 10:42 is a new world record. The world record is gone. Patricio Ferreira, that is stunning. In the morning semi-final, 10.42. Breaks his own mark from Paris last year. The championship record from London 2 years ago. Nothing wrong with the wind speed. Nascimento in second place with a lifetime best also. He stormed it. 10:42. He's the Paralympic bolt. He definitely bolted out of the blocks, there's no doubt about that.
And in a second, we'll bring you the non-automatic qualifiers who'll join them in the final.
Time for the photos, wait for it to come up.
And it is Olo Abadogun from Northern Ireland in 10:92.
Absolutely thrilling. Well, all the results are coming through for you there.
And it is
Abadogun's going to have to wait to see. He has got through, by the way, and Madubuike does go through also, so the top 5 are into the final from this. Fine start by Nascimento, but Ferreira dos Santos absolutely stormed it, particularly in the final 50 and flying. He didn't let up at all. He felt ambitious this morning. He obviously felt good. A look at the clock. He felt in world record form, and he was.
Between him and the gold medal, the world record in qualification.
Patricio Ferreira takes the gold. Well, maybe he will in the final. But he takes the world record. He's in a golden mood. Magnificent. Coach Barr loves it up in the stands. We all do. World record, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos into the final. The world record, 10:42. Nascimento, Wang, Abadogun and Madubuike are all in the decider. So, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos with the fastest time of the morning. Nascimento, Washington Jr., the 3 fastest, all from Brazil.
In front of the main stand is the final of the
Well, that was exciting. And so will this be. The men's long jump T13, the least of the visual impairment categories, which is due to get underway with 7 starters.
13 athletes to meet in jumping order.
on the first and 6 on the second, making 13. The man who won't be here, Luis Felipe Gutierrez Rivero, the Cuban who won gold back in 2017. That man, though, is Per Jonsson. His brother Tobias has already been involved in the long jump at these championships, and Per, one of only two in this field to have jumped over 7 in their lifetime. Cano Blanco, 692, he's shooting up there. Huang of China, 562 for him. Kazakhstan Salimov, 693 for him, he's up towards 7 metres. And Isaac John Paul of the USA, lifetime best of 717. The second, along with Jonsson, who have jumped over 7 metres. Severov of Uzbekistan, 669, his lifetime best set this year. Great Britain's Zach Skinner, also with a lifetime best set this year of 6.89, so he'll be hoping to push up into the medal positions. Greece's Andre Jozan, the 8th of the 13 to go. David Gerber of France, another of those setting a lifetime best this year of 674. Branislav Zlatanov of Bulgaria. Mexico's Gonzalo Sauceda, wearing the pink top, as Mexico are during these championships. Marcos Price of the United States of America, 671, his lifetime best. 29 years of age, and also in this competition, only 19 years of age though, Olof Ryberg of Sweden, 613, his lifetime best.
Will be reduced to 8 for the final 3 rounds. Next, Abdul Rahim of Iraq, followed by the new world record holder.
As they get themselves organised to go. There are the world records and championship records held by the Cuban, Gutierrez Rivero, who
42-24
isn't competing in these championships.
Is the lead, round 5.
There's the breeze, who'll be going into the long jumper's face. Per Jonsson will be first to go, of Sweden. Well, that's a very nice jump indeed to start with. He likes it. Jonsson's lifetime best is 7.15 metres. Season best is 6:41. Could be a dramatic way to start this men's long jump T13 event. It's out there around the 7 metre mark, wonderfully good off the board. Maybe not up to his lifetime best, but possibly a season best. And it is 6:75. Great start from Per Jonsson of Sweden.
While he's on the runway, back on the track, it's the T64 women's
3 heats to go in the women's 100 metres T64. This is the first of them. It contains the world record holder in the T44 category, Irmgard Ben Suzanne. Nisha Kane Claxton of Trinidad and Tobago will not start though. So no lane 4. Kane Claxton, a non-starter.
In lane 3 for the USA. Sydney Barter.
5 to go. Sydney Barter of the United States of America, 15 years of age. She was fourth in the 200 metres here already.
In lane 4 for Trinidad and Tobago.
حارة 4 ممثلة ترينداد and Tobago.
Doesn't start. Correction there. She's a withdrawal. So we move to lane 5.
So in lane 5, Irmgard Ben Susan.
52 for Germany.
حارة 5 ممثلة ألمانيا.
Irmgard Ben
Bronze in the
Susan.
2016 European Championships. Went full-time last year.
Representing Switzerland.
حارة 6 ممثلة
Sebastian
سويسرا.
Romani of Switzerland.
7, the T44 world record holder for Netherlands.
حارة 7 ممثلة
And then
هولندا.
Fleur Jong, she was fourth in the long jump last night, set the T62 world record in August. She's
For Canada.
ninth in 2017 back in London.
Madison Wilson Walker.
Madison Wilson Walker of Canada, she's out between 2015 and this year with numerous injuries. So great to see her back on the track. She will go from lane 8. So the world record holder in the T44 category, Irmgard Ben Susan. Fleur Jong, she's the world record holder in the T62 category. She also picked up a 4th place last night, did Fleur Jong. So Barter goes from 3, Ben Susan in 5, Romani in 6, Jong in 7, and Wilson Walker of Canada will go from lane 8.
Set.
They get away with no problems at all. Ben Susan gets away quickest of the lot. She's out in front. It is the first two who will go through. Fleur Jong making up ground as she comes toward the end, as the double amputees do, and it's Jong who takes second. Ben Susan in 12.91 who goes across in first place. Ben Susan and Fleur Jong will be the two that automatically go through. 12.91 the unofficial time, plus 0.8, 12.90 official for Irmgard Ben Susan of Germany. Fleur Jong, 13.30, so 0.14 out of her T62 world record she set earlier this year in Paris. Will go through in second position. Barter of the USA took third. And we'll have to wait now to see if she goes through as one of the two fastest. But smiles all round. Wilson Walker missing out as Irmgard Ben Susan on the left of screen there takes the first place and qualification to the final of the women's 100 metres T64. Getting away very quick indeed now. Fleur Jong, you always expected her to pick up speed as she came towards the end. She did just that, and she went across in front of Sydney Barter, taking that second position, and out wide Madison Wilson Walker of Canada. She's had her problems with injuries over the past few years, but it is good to see her back on the track regardless of the result in this race. Ben Susan already won the 200 metres gold here in a championship record. She's trying to add the 100 metres championship to it for Germany. 12.90, 13.30 for Fleur Jong, who comes in second. Barter and Romani with lifetime bests in third and fourth. Madison Wilson Walker in fifth.
Irmgard Ben Susan, well supported as usual by the German team. Berlin hosting the European Championships last year, where she excelled.
It is 2 for Iraq and 1 for China. But what order? They're separated by 2.5 metres. Last chance salute for 3 of them. First it will be Wildan.
Actually bumped into her for the first time in the aftermath of her taking the 400 a few days ago.
Were you starstruck?
Absolutely. Congratulated her, and then obviously, how do you pronounce your name? And it actually is flat, Ben Susan, so for all the occasions we pronounced it Ben Suzanne. Es tut mir leid. Another glorious day. Long jump does continue for the time being, the T13. We're in the opening round. We're watching the jump of Isaac Sean Paul here, actually, in the United States.
And that's a big throw in the javelin.
He was a gold medalist in London, but it was a foul. See, we keep you up to date with everything. Per Jonsson leading that.
He's moved up to silver with 43.96.
Those are the wind conditions that have ruled out so many
But the athlete that he's just demoted, his teammate.
records over the past 24 hours, but we've seen some world records, and again this morning. Heat 2 of the women's 100 meters, T64, and it features the reigning world champion Sophie Camlish of Great Britain, who's the championship record holder, and 3 athletes have already medalled here, including that long jump champion, the thriller last gasp victory last night from Maya Nakanishi. Mita Aina-Beku, who won bronze in the 200 meters. Upgraded when Milena van Ganswinkel was disqualified right at the end. Marissa Papakonstantinou, who's based in Toronto, turned 20 a few weeks ago. The silver medalist in the 200 meters, Kimberly Alkamade from Hertogenbosch. What a thumping result in her first major championship. The formal introductions now, and in lane 3 for Japan, the new long jump world champion, Maya Nakanishi. In lane 4 for the Netherlands, the new 200 meters silver medalist, Kimberly Alkamade. Alongside her in lane 5, upgraded after Van Gansewinkel's disqualification, Mita Aina-Beku, bronze in the 200. Van Gansewinkel did win silver in the long jump behind Nakanishi last night. She came close to winning it. The reigning 100 meters champion then for Great Britain, the championship record holder, it is Sophie Camlish.
Sophie Camlish.
In lane 7 for Canada, 13:15, a lifetime best set this year. Hello to Marissa Papakonstantinou. And in lane 8 for New Zealand, from North Harbour Bay's Athletic, 7th in the 200 meters final here, it is Anna Stephen for New Zealand. Well, what a win in London for Sophie Camlish. Beating off Marlo van Rijn in an incredible final. She's been a world record holder as well at one stage. Gansewinkel holding it now, the newish T64 category. Nakanishi 3, Alkamade 4, Aina-Beku 5, Camlish 6, Papakonstantinou 7, Stephen 8. The first 2 into the final and the next 2 fastest losers.
Set.
And away they go. Brilliant start by Aina-Beku of the United States. Alkamade coming behind 2, and Camlish now beginning to come to the fore. But it's Aina-Beku overtaken by Alkamade. She's going to win this heat. 12:90 equals Camlish's championship record, and that's an unofficial time. Aina-Beku second, Camlish third. It's been ratified. She's equaled the championship record from London, set by Sophie Camlish. Kimberly Alkamade is having a dream week in her first major championship, the 29-year-old. It's a lifetime best as well by 0.28 of a second. Sophie Camlish, well, she still has a share now of the championship record, but that's fantastic for Kimberly Alkamade, coached by Arno Mull, runs her own personal training company, moving for growth. Well, she did move very, very fast. Kamlish with the season's best 13.28, but she needs to go faster for the medals, especially as Imgard Ben Susan looks so impressive in the first heat. And Alkamade, the very definition of impressive. It's a good start by Aina Beku alongside her, and then Alkamade just kept going. Away she sailed, and what a great victory in 12.90. Kamlish behind in third. It's the top two who go through. I think Kamlish should be safe. Stephen, by the way, with an Oceania record. Won't go through in fifth, but well done, Anna Stephen, anyway. Papa Constantino in fourth will have to hang on. But Alkamade, absolutely magnificent. And Ben Susan in the first heat, also equaling the championship record. So all three have a share of it now. Alkamade, 12.90 championship record. Aina Beku also through 13.11. Kamlish, Papa Constantino are the two fastest losers for now. And Anna Stephen, area record for Oceania. Go, go!
والمركز الثاني والفضية تذهب لزميله العراقي ولدان الخلاوي، والمركز الأول ميدالية ذهبية تذهب للاعب الصيني سونغ بينجان، وتحقيق رقم قياسي عالمي في هذه المسابقة 44 متر 35.
So the men's long jump continues in the front of the screen there. You can see down the bottom. And in the background, we have one more of the women's 100 metres T. 64 heats will be taking place in the next couple of minutes. The crowd are enjoying it. Why wouldn't you in this lovely sunshine? Long jump, 100 metres, discus throwing, loads to watch out for.
Circle, we're awaiting that measurement. 31.90, she remains in the bronze medal position. More throws to come. Next to throw will be the athlete in fifth for Turkey, Buzra Nur Tuikli.
تستعد اللعبة التركية بشرى للمحاولة السادسة والأخيرة.
There are the scenes in Dubai. Breeze has picked up slightly, but conditions are still wonderful indeed. Now the day started out around 23. I suspect it's crept up a few degrees since then, and we're heading towards the 30-degree mark. A lot cooler in the evening sessions. 5 field finals this morning. There will be 18 finals across the field and track in the evening session. Planes coming in every couple of minutes into Dubai. If you watch closely, you'll see them lining up, especially at night time when you see the lights on. Very busy indeed. Workers, tourists, all sorts of people. As we look out across the wonderful city of Dubai. Metro line traffic and athletics. Women's 100 metres T64, the final heat of 3. So there's the field. Marleen van Gansenwinkel, who's had, one would have to say, a bit of bad luck so far at these championships. Disqualified in that 200, missing out in the medal. And then in her very last jump, in the long jump, last evening in the T47, she got pipped by Maya Nakanishi of Japan. Sarah Andres Barrio, who was 5th at the European Championships, she finished 7th in the long jump, in a lifetime best in that one. The primary school teacher, who's now a full-time athlete. There is Marleen van Gansenwinkel, silver in the long jump last night. She won gold in this at the European Championships last year. Beatrice Hatz just missed out on a medal, the 19-year-old, and the 200 metres as well. So she's just missed out in 2 events. Can it be third time lucky in the 100 metres? Maria Tietze, 8th in the long jump as well. A lecture from David Berger, the German great, got her involved in Paris sport. Saki Takakua, also in the long jump last night, finishing 6th. He was 8th in Rio 2016, Asian Para Games gold last year. And Taifan Sold, who finished 9th in the long jump, just 17 years of age, will go today in the women's 100 metres T64. First 2 definitely go through to the final. And the next 2 fastest will go through, but the last one was very quick indeed.
On your mark.
There is Beatrice Hatz, 19 years of age, been in 2 events already in what has been a busy opening 6 days of competition for her. Tietze of Germany will go from 6. Ben Susan, her compatriot, who we saw just a wee while ago. And in the standing start there, Marlene van Ganzewinkel.
Set.
Well, they were held quite a while and they get away at the first time of asking. And in the outside there, it's Takakua of Japan who got away quickest, but it is Van Ganzewinkel who now has come to the forward. On the inside of her, Andres Barrio and Hatz, who's going to pick up third. 12:79 is the time there from Marlene Van Ganzewinkel, and that is a new world record. So a new championship record. My mistake, I'm getting carried away with myself. Marlene Van Ganzewinkel, she holds the world record. She now has the championship record as well, 12:78. It's been rounded down to. And Sarah Andres Barrio, she's at 2:62. And she set a new world record in the T62 time. So 12.90 for Andres Barrio, the only 2:62 going in this. The rest T64, so Andres Barrio a world record in her category, Van Ganzewinkel a championship record in hers. They are the 2 that go through. Happy days all round. So on the outside in lane 7, Takakua got away very quickly indeed, but she was rounded up by Van Ganzewinkel and Andres Barrio on the inside. Van Ganzewinkel in a championship record for her in the T64 category, in the T62 category for Andres Barrio, a world record for her.
With Isabel Campos, silver for China and Zhang Liangmin, and gold and a European record for Italy and Assunta Legnanzi.
Happiness indeed, a world record for the primary school teacher who is now a full-time athlete. So that commitment to her para-athletics with a cartwheel to go with it is wonderful to see indeed. It makes all that effort worthwhile. So there's confirmation of that. A championship record for Marlene Van Ganzewinkel, 12:78, world record for Andres Barrio, and also qualifying in her 3rd event of these championships at 19 years of age, Beatrice Hatz in 13:37 from the United States of America.
And on day 6
lifetime best for Tietze and Solder.
People's Republic of China dominating with the most golds and the most medals.
So look at those times, look at those Dutch times. We had championship records for Ben Susan and Alkemada, matching Kamlish's championship record. Van Gansenwinkel smashed that. 12:78, world record Andres Barrio. 3 Dutch in the final, Van Gansenwinkel, Alkemada and Fleur Jong.
In the women's shot put, the new leader is in the circle. She's already thrown a championship record with her previous throw. Her series very, very consistent. 8:38, 8:38, 8:47.
So the world records continue to come.
Of China.
Time to dip back into the women's discus. F11. And we're heading towards the final round of this. Assunta Lenante was the leader when we were last here. The multiple champion. Isabella Campos coming up for Brazil. Well, Campos, 30.69 in the opening round. For the Pan Am champion, the world silver, Paralympic silver medalist. Tang has finished 4th for China. Buzunur to Ikli 5th for Turkey. So Campos looking to improve on that 30.69.
11 centimetres of each other. Her own world record is 8 metres 82.
It's got that a good distance. It's beyond the 30 metres definitely. It's a throw that certainly puts her into medal contention. Silver in the javelin, bronze in the discus in London, bronze in the discus in Doha, bronze in the shot in Lyon. How well has she done here? 34.28, and that should be the bronze. The world record holder, Zhang Langmin of China, battling for the gold with Lenante. Very little between these two. And that's a good, strong throw as well that puts her in medal contention. But what colour will she end up with?
On the track, it's the men's 800 metres T53 round 1 heats.
Zhang Lianmin, who has excelled so often. The reigning Paralympic and world champion. She's won the last 2 world crowns, the last 2 Paralympic crowns. She's the Asian champion in this as well. This set to put her into pole position. She leads 36.78.
In lane 8, representing
So here
Korea.
comes the shot put champion, who was
in lane 7, the championship record holder for the USA.
looking good for the goal before.
Josh George. In lane 6, ranked
The
number
twice
7 in the
Paralympic
world,
champion,
France.
3-time world champion. She's won the shot 3 times in a row, and now it's 4 times in a row after earlier in this week.
Number 2,
3 times European champion. Is there another world crown coming her way?
in lane 4,
What a battle between her and Zhang.
People's Republic of China.
And has she capped off a gold medal winning performance again here? It would be her 4th, but the first time that she would ever won a global shot and discus double in the same week. Another serious throw. 36.78 has to be beaten. And she's made it happen with a new European record. 37.89, and it's her first global double in the discus and the shot. Well, Anyante has done it again. But in the discus, this is her first global title. Anyante takes the gold, 37.89, a European record. Zhang with the silver for China. She's dethroned, and Isabella Campos, the Pan Am champion, with the bronze for Brazil.
اللفة الأخيرة وتسابق بين العدائين.
Great conditions again here in the Dubai Club for people of determination.
Of China in second, Josh George of the USA in third, and that's how they remain down the back straight. First three guaranteed a place in the final. The gaps are opening up as they come round with 150
Remember,
to go.
lots of wheelchair finals again tonight. Women's 800 T53, men's as well. Women's and men's 400 T54.
Yang in second.
And the men's 100 T52. Those are all finals tonight. You'll be able to watch every second of those.
And that was Yu of Korea, who got up for the third place and a place in the final.
Another successful championships for Australian. Sarah Walsh emerging last night with a bronze, 2 Irish parents, but Sydney born and based in Canberra in the Institute of Sport, which has had a magnificent track record for the last 20 years plus. Discus champs coming out, Assunta Anyante contributing 2 goals to Italy this week. As our naked R2D2 trundles along.
The final throw of Zhu of China in the shot puts was another championship record, and she got to within 6 centimetres of her own world record. She leads by 73 centimetres. We've got 4 athletes still to throw. First one being prepared in the circle is Marie Bremer Skorinek of Germany.
Still in the early exchanges of the men's long jump T13 final as well. We saw Isaac Jean-Paul with a foul in the opening round. Per Jonsson going out to 6.75 for top spot.
As we return to it, Josan of Greece. Currently in 8th position, just shy of the 6-metre mark by 1 centimetre. Lifetime best, which is 24 centimetres further on than what he's jumped so far here.
The men's long jump displayed partway through round 2. Isaac Jean-Paul of the USA has gone into the lead. 6.93, Per Jonsson, 6.75 in second.
So Josan is away. Red flag straight away though, so there'll be no improvement for the man who speaks 4 languages. Not bad on that front either. He came sixth in the long jump in the European Championships last year in Berlin. Currently 2 places worse off here at the World Championships in 8th. So Gerber of France, as the wind starts to pick up again here in Dubai. His second attempt, he's going to have to get himself up into the top 8, 591 with his opener. So he waits for that wind to die down somewhat. 23 years of age. There you go. He takes off just as it picks up again. Hits the board hard. Is given a white flag. He's an accountant from Lyon. No doubt crunching the numbers at the moment to work out where he needs to be. Finished just outside the medals in 5th position last year at the European Championships. Best then of 6.30. He could do with that now. Always like that camera shot. .17, he is up into 8th position, running into a headwind of negative 1.3. So the second heat of the men's 800 metres T53. In the opening heat just a short while ago, Pongskon Pio of Thailand came in first, followed by Yang of China and Yu of South Korea. Picked up those 3 automatic qualification places. In this one, Al Qurashi of Saudi Arabia is a non-starter. Brent Lakatos, who is the world record holder, goes from lane 4. Disappointment for him, missing out on the final of the 1500 metres.
Men's 800 metres T53, heat 2.
In the outside lane, in lane 9 from Italy, it's Diego Gastaldi. Piche Krunga will go from lane 8, the computer engineer. Pierre Fairbank in lane 7. 48-year-old discovered the sport in a magazine. Inside him, Vitaly Gritenchko. 400 and 800 gold in the European Championships when he was running under the neutral flag. Russia now reinstated. Brian Seaman of the United States. He's a quadruplet, believe it or not. He's got 3 sisters. 4th in 2016. Brent Lakatos, who missed out in that 1500 final, disappointment, finishing 4th in the heat. We're looking for improvement here. He's the 100, 200, 400 and 800 world champion. He's already won the gold and retained that here. He will go from lane 4.
On your mark.
So Lakatos, the world record holder. Nobody inside him because Al-Qurashi does not start. So 6 to get underway, 2 laps in total. Top 3 to go through. And away they go. They will stay in their lanes until they move round to the far side, and then they'll all have the opportunity to move across. And getting away quickest of all, it's Krunget of Thailand, the man who started in the Paralympic Games back in 2004, as they now move across and take up the inside lane and the shortest distance possible. And it is Krunget who is out in front as they come round to the 200-metre mark to go on the opening lap. There'll be 1 lap remaining. They'll come round and take the bell in a moment or two's time. And it's Krunget who is out in front at the moment. And there is quite a gap opening up between them already. In second position, it is Pierre Fairbank, and Brent Lakatos is sitting back in 4th position. Now, he knows only the top 3 go through, so sometimes it's also about conserving energy, although, having said that, in the 1,500 metres, he finished in 4th position and just outside qualification for that one. So Krunget leads from Pierre Fairbank in 2nd position. There is a gap of around 10 metres back to the rest, and Lakatos now with 200 to go has worked his way around the outside and up into 3rd position. So he at the moment is looking rather comfortable indeed as he pushes around the outside 2 lanes wide to see if he can make himself any better in this one. So this is the 2nd heat of 2. Brent Lakatos has moved out to the front. Lakatos now 3-4 metres out in front. In 2nd place it's Pierre Fairbank, and through to pick up that 3rd position. It looks like Gritsenko has picked it up from Russia. So Lakatos in a time of 1:38.39, rounded down to 1:38.38 for the Canadian. Does that a lot easier than when he did it in that 1,500 metres and missed out on making the final. Fairbank through in 2nd. Gritsenko, who takes 3rd in 1:39.93.
على الشاشة اللاعبين المتميزين متأهلين الدور النهائي.
And that 1:38.38 for Lakatos has broken Joshua George's championship record, which he set back in 2013. So Lakatos now holds the championship and the world record. He seemed to be cruising through and doing it rather easily. He sat back in 4th place, 5th place for most of it. And that shows you how easy he was doing it. 1:38.38, a championship record. Pierre Fairbank in 2nd. And it is Gritsenko of Russia who comes home 3rd. Brian Seaman looks as though he's qualified as well in 4th place. There is the great Canadian Brent Lakatos. Retained that 100 metres gold already. 2, 4 and 800 metres world champion as well. Quite the athlete. And after the disappointment of yesterday, and we saw him after that 1,500 metres semi-final, he's now back to breaking records and doing what he does best. Championship record for Lakatos, 1:38.38. Fairbank, Gritsenko in 2nd and 3rd, and Brian Seaman of the USA qualifies in 4th place. So confirmation of the 8 to move through. Joshua George, who did hold that championship record set 6 years ago, has lost out, but he has qualified for the final. But Lakatos at the top of the pile with a championship record of 1:38.38.
No improvement for Johnson. Canablanco next on the runway for Spain. He's in 3rd place.
The action just keeps on coming. Men's javelin F41 for athletes of short stature. These are the taller of the two categories. In this.
Long jump standings are on the scoreboard.
Strong field, Iraq are usually very well represented in it. Nukul Wali, Abdul Rahim, Ahmed Nas. And we do have a thrower from Côte d'Ivoire, Benyan Duffy. And if you flip the flag, you could have an athlete of the same name for Ireland, frankly. Kovan Abdul Rahim in the opening rounds.
So he moves up to second place.
The 2011 World Javelin Champion. Silver since then in 2015 in Doha. He is the reigning Paralympic champion. It's a solid one, definitely. And it looks to be beyond 40 meters. Shen Tongjing has thrown it out that distance as well to 41.38, so he's definitely one to watch here, the Paralympic champion.
Wang Chia Wang of Chinese Taipei next on the runway.
Coached by Karim Abis. He's been in this for a full decade now. And 42.24 puts him into the lead. Iraq normally succeed well in this, and here is Wildan Nukalawi. Again, that looks to be around 40 meters. The former Asian Games shot champion. Silver in the World Championships in London. Silver behind Abdul Rahim in Rio.
In the women's shot put F34 final taking place at the start of the home straight.
Well, it's in and around the same mark as his teammate, but that's better. That is better, and that is a lifetime best. Sun always shines on TV. Sun Pengjiang. His final throw with the gold medal now secure. And that's a magnificent effort from the F41 world champion. The last two games, he won bronze in Rio. That's definitely well beyond 40 meters. And in order to get past Nukul Wali, needs a world record now. And he's got it. 44.35 is a new world record.
And a tremendous
Nukul Wali
jump from Salimov
had set a world record with that 43.96, which was a lifetime best, but Sun break here just a few minutes later. Sun takes the gold for China. Nukul Wali the silver for Iraq. Abdul Rahim the bronze for Iraq.
That's where the cut will be made at the end of this round. And on the runway, and he does test you on rhythm, doesn't he, for clapping with triple claps at this early stage of the day. Isaac Jean-Paul, the event leader for the USA. Triple claps. So easy.
Latest in the men's long jump T13, Jean-Paul leads 6.93, Canyo 6.76, currently second for Spain, and the multiple European champion Per Jonsson. He's been world champion as well in this in 2013. He's in the bronze medal position, and it's the typical Dubai swirly breeze this morning. Still in round 3.
It is Chevarov of Uzbekistan. Currently in 6th position, 6.40. His best to date.
Chevarov of Uzbekistan on the runway and the long jump. He's in 6th place.
Started off training back in 2011. He was 3rd in 2015 in Doha. Nothing the matter with that takeoff. White flag given. Least of the visual impairment category. Maybe a few centimetres further he could get, but he'll certainly take that one.
Chevarov moves
So
up
his
into
lifetime
second
best
place.
is 669. What's he come up with here?
Currently in 12th place.
We wait. 689. He has come up with a new lifetime best, and he's moved into the silver medal position. Well, 4 years Chevarov's been competing. He's looking for a 2nd World Championship medal. Here comes Great Britain's Zach Skinner. He's 12th, so he has some work to do if he wants to continue in this competition.
Come on!
Now is the time for Zach Skinner. Well, he puts the hands on the head. He gets the white flag. The son of Mickey Skinner, who played rugby union for England and for Harlequins.
So there's still jumpers to come. At the moment, 8th place is at 6 metres 36.
He finished 4th back in 2017. He was just outside the medals on that occasion, but this has to be something to get him up into the top 8.
6:52. Skinner moves up into 5th place. Andre Jozan.
Maybe could have gone a bit further on the board,
He's in 11th
but it's
place.
all about lifting himself up a few places. His initial reaction would suggest he could go further. Well, he has gone further. 6:52. He's up into 5th place.
No, just tell me about that jump. I just focused on arms and running.
Having a chat with Aston Moore, his coach there, as Slatinov prepares to go. Doesn't mess around. Well, he's losing out loads of centimetres there. So a foul, and that will be the end of him.
David Gerber for France. His third round attempt. Now 6.17 is best so far. He needs to improve by 22 centimeters. Goes out around 6.5, and he gets the white flag. The Lyon accountant. He was actually born just over the border in Saarbrücken, 5th in the long jump last year in the Europeans. Needed a major improvement there, but it's looking like that might have been his last leap of the competition. He's also a sprinter. He was 10th in the 100 meters, which means he went out in the heats in the Euros last year. And Gerber, 5.69, means he bows out. He is in 10th place. And away he departs.
Hello! Radislav Zlatanov of Bulgaria. Well, he likes that. He's got the white flag. He jumped up quick.
Zlatanov of Bulgaria is in the precarious 8th place.
And he was tight to the board then.
6.38. A couple of jumps still to come that could change that order.
6.38
6.21
with his first one. 6.01 with his second.
Like the rest of us, next it will be
in 8th position.
Gonzalez Orceda of Mexico, who's in 9th place, just 2 centimeters outside of qualification.
Will he improve? He got up quick to have a look. He won't improve. He'll stay in 8th position, so he'll have to wait and see. 6.21 with his third.
He's in a position of jeopardy here. He is in 8th spot, and the man in 9th goes now. Jorge Gonzalez needs 3 extra centimeters from his 6.36 previously achieved, and he will be through, and Zlatanov would be out. I need a no jump in the opening round. Did Gonzalez.
We approach our penultimate thrower in the women's shot called F34 at the top of the straight. In the circle at the moment for the home nation, United Arab Emirates.
Bronze in the 400 meters in London 2012.
Just about to begin her sequence, and the standings at the moment are Zhu of China leading and Moody of Morocco.
That's his only global medal to date. So if he can improve on that 6.36, he definitely looks to be around that range, then he is through. Has he done it? A lot of Mexicans around the crowd hope that he has. Oh, it's 6.36 again, and he's out. And he misses out by 2 centimeters. Even a 6.38 would have done it on countback. Gone for pink this year, interestingly.
Standout uniform. Stand out from the crowd. And that is what this man will be hoping to do now. Marquise Price in 7th position, 6.41 his best to date. .671 his lifetime best coming into this. Way back in 2008, he missed the Beijing Games due to injury. He knows about disappointment. He's now trying to turn that into a positive. As he waits to take his jump, does Price. Crowd getting their money's worth this morning. More world and championship records. Still track action to come. Field action continuing. not necessarily what Price wants though, to be hanging around, standing in the sun, waiting to jump. Because it is warm. Well, they're still with the measuring tape in the pit. The mark's been given from the last jump, but they still have the same position held out. The officials in the long jump pit have been rather busy this week.
Well, it's an interesting one because that's measured at 6:36. His best is 6:41. He's in 7th. He's in no jeopardy of being eliminated. And they've actually wiped the mark. Now this is interesting because it came up on our system as 6:36, but now it's gone again. And 6:36, you'll remember, was the last mark for the previous jumper, Jorge Gonzalez. So I wonder if there isn't a situation that's...
So the Mexican jump is the one that we're...
We've seen this before, where there's been a phantom mark. Betty Heidler, 2012 Olympic Games. There was a throw of hers that had fallen into a divot already in the outfield, and they were using computer measurement for it. So her mark was given wrong. She finished 4th.
So Price goes, eventually. After waiting around, he gets the white flag.
Situations like that can sometimes cost medals. Heidler appealed and appealed all night and got the silver, otherwise she wouldn't have been in the medals. So it's always worth consulting and contesting if you're an athlete or a coach and you feel there has been an error.
So Price remains in 7th place.
Well, that's out there around the 7 metre mark.
Next to jump.
No issues with the takeoff. Sometimes they get rather close and the officials have a very, very good look at it.
After which the leading 8 go forward.
No hassle with that one though. Hands together. 6:24, no improvement though. Olaf Ryberg, he's 13th. He needs something special. White flag, but he hasn't got it. So only Ryberg can change the order.
Those are the current standings in the shot puts. 34 women's final.
He's the last to go.
One thrower.
He's down in 13th, but he's going to be having to do some to get up there into the top 8, which is a mark of 6:38 he's chasing, and he certainly hasn't got to that. 5:62 is what he's got there, his best 5:85, so he finishes in 13th position. He'll miss out on the next 3 jumps. So there is confirmation of where we stand at the moment. Isaac John Paul with a season best leads the way. Marcus Price finishing in 7 after the opening 3 rounds. Zach Skinner with that wonderful last jump, moving himself up into 5th place for Great Britain. And the 8th going through is Radislav Zlatanov of Bulgaria. The rest are all packing their bags.
تستعد اللعبة أنصاف العيني من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة محاولتها السادسة والأخيرة.
So Great Britain supporters happy that Zach Skinner is through
مسافة 5 أمتار 41
in the long jump. Wonderful last effort from Skinner. He fouled, 593. He was outside the top 8 and then came up with a 6.52. There he is, shading himself from the sunshine. Put some sun cream on those legs though. It is warm.
Come on, please. In your order.
Per Jonsson still in contention for Sweden.
Uzbekistan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, there is Jonsson.
There's
Having a break.
another few pennies for Richard Fairbrass as well. By the way, we were due to have women's 800 T53s semi-finals, but they're now going to be a straight final tonight, which we're looking forward to. It's going to be a great event.
Shot put Emirates final.
Halfway point of the long jump, a reset, and away we'll go again. So we have a new field event for you. Here goes Galina Lipatnikova in the women's shot put F36. Birgit Koba for Germany. Huge amount of major medals to her name. Al Jamar in position as well. Wu King in the field, and Juliana Moga from Germany, a competition that we'll be seeing a little bit of over the next hour or so. Only 5 in this final. Birgit Koba, a perennial European medalist, and part of that great German setup, obviously. Stefan Arias, the former IAAF Javelin World Champion, has been involved in their program for a long time, as she was for a long time, actually, while she was an athlete, got involved in the late 90s. And Birgit Koba, the 4 times European champion, 4 times world champion, 3 times Paralympic champion across shot and javelin. Still a little bit breezy here. The stadium is quite open, quite exposed alongside the airport as we head into the men's 400 meters T54 semi-final, 1 of 2.
It's the men's 400 meters T54 round 2 semi-final number 1.
والآن مع مسابقات الأضمار النصف النهائي الأول 400.
Richard Chiazaro going in this for Great Britain, the Pan Am champion, Juan Pablo Cervantes, and the 9-time global champion Leo Pecatati, who's already claimed the 100 meters here.
In lane 9, representing Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
For Finland in lane 9, it's the Flying Finn, 5-time European, 4-time world, 5-time Paralympic champion Leo Pecatati. He's the reigning European champion in this. He has never won a global 400 meters medal. In lane 8, for Australia, 6th in the 1500 meters final here, it is Jake Lappin. It's the first event of the men's World Para-Athletics Championships here in Dubai for Indonesia's Jenal Arifin. 48.30, the lifetime best set in the heats. In lane 6 for China, 47.15, the lifetime best set in the heats. His first event of these games, Dai Yung Qiang. In 5 for Great Britain, former European champion and 5th in the 800 meters here, Richard Chiazaro, bronze in London. In lane 4 for China, silver in the 1500 and bronze in the 800 here, Zhang Yong. In lane 3 for Mexico, the Pan Am champion over 100 and 400 a few weeks ago in Lima, bronze in the 100 meters of these World Championships, Juan Pablo Cervantes. And in lane 8 for Thailand, 8th in the 800 meters here, silver in the 1500, bronze in the 4 and the 8 in last year's Asian Games, Putterat Kongrak, and he is in lane 2. You were there ahead of me. So 400 meters, top 3 into the final. Kongrak in 2, Cervantes 3, Zhang in 4, Chiazaro 5, Dai 6, Arifin 7, Lappin 8, Leo Pecatati in lane 9. First semi-final of 2. Way of the first time of asking. Leo Pecatati, so successful globally in the 100 particularly, and the 200. The 400 is something in which he has yet to get on the podium for, but on a European basis, perennial champion. Aripin's going up quite well. Leo Pecatati on the outside. Chiazaro's going well in lane 5. Moving up. Zhang Yong alongside him has already medaled twice here this week. They'll straighten up. Dai going very well for China as they straighten up. It's Aripin for Indonesia in second place. And Zhang Yong for China ahead of Chiazaro. Aripin in third. Not for much longer. Zhang Yong takes a Chiazaro second and Dai Yung Jiang moved up. And they're the 3 into the final. And those who finished 4th and 5th will have to hang on. 47-44. They went a nice little trot. Yassim Garbi with that title-winning championship record, 45-57 in London. Kiyosaro went a nice little hop as well, 48 seconds dead, and Dai-Young Chang nicked it on the line for third, and despite that, Arapin went a good tilt and got a lifetime best in fourth, but he'll have to hang on to see if he gets through. The serious stuff comes later. But Zhang Yong has had a great week so far. Silver in the 1500 meters, bronze in the 8, and 47.44 is 2.5 seconds outside that lifetime best set here at 44.84 earlier this year. Well, Leo Pegotati getting off to a solid start, but finding himself outside the two fastest loser positions as he came home in 6th spot. Zhang well in control. Arapin was going brilliantly. He was in the top 2 throughout the Indonesian. A lot of credit for him. And watched his lifetime best performance, but Kiyosaro overtook him, and then on the line, Dai-Young Chang did the same. Zhang Yong gliding along, 47.44. Him and Kiyosaro and Dai straight through, and Arapin, well, he went through for the fastest performance of his life, but that was a relatively slow semi-final. It depends how they go in the second one. Zhang Yong is into the final, having won his semi.
In round 4 of the long jump.
Zhang Yong, Richard Kiyosaro, Dai-Young Chang all through. Arapin and Lapin are in the fastest loser positions, and they must wait.
Those are the new standings in the long jump. Isaac Jean-Paul relegated from the lead.
Full schedule for the 54s. They're the athletes, and the 53s as well, who compete in more events than anyone else.
And Bekjon Cheverov has moved up into 2nd place with 6.95.
Tatiana McFadden with those 5 golds, for example. Marcel Hook doing the same in Lyon in 2013, and McFadden skipped up the marathon. Hook won 6 medals there in Lyon, 5 of them gold.
This is the second semi-final in the men's 400 metres T54. Kenny Van Beagle, the Paralympic champion, and Yassine Gabi, the world champion, go in this one.
Displayed on the scoreboard. Gold for China, silver for Morocco, bronze for Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Liu Yang, who's the silver medalist from Rio in 2016, and also won silver here over 100 metres, will go in lane 5. The former paracyclist.
It's semi-final number 2 of the men's T54 400 metres.
نعود لمسابقات المضمار الدور النصف النهائي الثاني 400.
Out in lane 9, it's Nathan Maguire, the double relay gold medalist in Berlin last year. He's the partner of a lady you may know, Hannah Cockcroft. In lane 8, Saijan Konjen, 7th in this event back in Rio in 2016. He was 6th last year at the Asian Para Games. Samuel Carter of Australia, he finished 4th in the 100 metres at these championships, just missing out. Didn't get out of the heats of this event in 2015 down the road in Doha. And Byonchuk of Russia, the former para-biathlon and para-skier. Now it gets interesting. Lu Yang of China, silver in 2016 in Rio. He's already won silver here over 100, the former paracyclist. And Yassine Garbi won his heat. 2017 he won the 2 and the 400 metres gold. He is the world record and championship record holder. And in lane 3, the Paralympic champion, Kenny Van Veegel. 8th here in the 100 metres. Gold, as I said, in Rio. Silver behind Garbi back in 2017 in London. And he's the European Championship silver medalist as well. And Tomoko Suzuki, who won bronze earlier this year in the Marathon World Championships. He was 7th in this event at the Asian Para Games last year in 2018. So there is Yassine Garbi with both the world and the championship records. He goes in lane 4. First 3 to automatically qualify, and the next 2 fastest from the last heat, and this one will go through to the final. So away they get, and all the way very solidly indeed. Samuel Carter of Australia has already moved up on the inside shoulder of Saichen Kongen of Thailand and has rocketed past him and into the lead, but looking very strong as well is Byonchuk of Russia, and here comes Yassine Garbi with around 200 metres to go, really pushing the arms through. He knows he only needs to get into the top 3 as Garbi comes around the bend with 150 and he takes the lead for the first time. Carter is doing his best on the outside there as he comes down to the 100-metre mark, but one lane inside of him is the former parabiathlon and paraskier Alexei Byonchuk, who is pushing him. It's going to be the 3 of Garbi who's going to take first. Carter just sneaks second ahead of Byonchuk of Russia, who comes in 3rd, but that was very tight indeed for 2nd and 3rd position. 46.75 the unofficial time for Yassine Garbi. It has been confirmed now as 46.75. He goes through in 1st place. Kenny Van Veegel has missed out on that top 3, the Paralympic champion. Byonchuk does take 2nd in the end, 47.48 for him and Samuel Carter in the 3rd position, moving through 47.48 as well. So they've both been given the same time, he and Byonchuk. Lu takes 4th, and Kenny Van Veegel has missed out on going through. The Paralympic champion, with Kongen finishing in 5th position, Van Veegel has finished in 6th.
Zach Skinner in the long jump for Great Britain and Northern Ireland in 6th place.
So Garbi, Byonchuk and Carter with the first 3 places going through to what promises to be an extremely exciting final. There you go. Came down to thousandths of seconds. We've seen that a couple of times at these championships. Thomas Young picked up a silver medal because he finished 1,000th of a second behind someone.
695 is silver.
The British athlete, no such problems for Yassine Garbi in the semi-final. So Garbi goes through, as does Byonchuk, Carter and Lu Yang. Van Veegel, in quite a shock, misses out on going through to the final.
686, Skinner moves up into 4th place. Per Jonsson, the athlete who he's just swapped places with, next on the runway.
So Garbi goes through first. Zhang, Byonchuk, Carter, Kiasara of Great Britain, Dai, Arapin and Lu Yang makes it 3 Chinese in the final.
So we return to the men's long jump T13. Least visual impairment to the 3 categories. And our leader for Spain now is Ivan Cano Blanco with that lifetime best 697. Bekjon Chevarov of Uzbekistan in the silver medal position, lifetime best 695. Per Jonsson coming now, the 2013 world champion in Lyon, 675. We know all about Swedish jumping. It's a white flag, it's a fair jump. He's got a nice distance. Zach Skinner up to fourth for Great Britain. He's just jumped 686. Isaac Jean-Paul in third for the United States. It's really getting congested. There's 30 centimeters between first and sixth, and all of those can win it. It's needed lifetime best for the top two. Ivan Cano Blanco and Chevarov. Jonsson looking to go beyond that 675. Hung in the air wonderfully. Jonsson climbs up to fourth, 688, a season's best, and the top five are now divided by 11 centimeters. Our leader, Ivan Cano Blanco for Spain. With that 697 lifetime best in round 4. A strong field perennially. The reigning European champion, he's won the last two in Grosseto and Berlin. Ready to go then. Well, he hit the board solidly. It's a fair jump. It's a white flag. Well, has he improved on his lead? He's 2 centimeters clear of Bekjon Chevarov with 695. Isaac Jean-Paul third, 693. He sailed well out. 692 was his lifetime best going into this. He's added 5 centimeters onto it. He's never cleared 7 meters in his life. Is this the time to do it?
Number 5 in the world this year for the USA. Amanda McGrory. And in lane 3, representing Finland.
A marvelous effort. It's celebration time. He has cleared 7 meters, 7:04, a new lifetime best. His lead is 9 centimeters. Chevarov of Uzbekistan with that lifetime best in the previous round of 695, and he's not hanging around. He knows what he has to do now. He has to go beyond 7 meters in order to get the gold. It's been a very well-received effort. It's a fair jump. It's a white flag. He's done something serious here. A marvelous effort.
So it's the first 3 in each of these 2 heats.
Well, Chevarov aiming to do something absolutely spectacular. He's gone way out. It looks beyond 7 meters. There's no doubt about that. Stunning. Look at the reaction of the coaching team. He has done something absolutely spectacular. 7 meters 23 is a new Asian record for a man who's only previously won a bronze medal in the Worlds 4 years ago. He's in pole position now. He's into the gold medal mark.
McCrory second, and it was Scaroni second of the American competitors, but up for the third.
Wow, that was spectacular by Cheverov. The man from Uzbekistan. The man whose favorite sports person is Serena Williams of the United States, for who, here comes Isaac Jean-Paul. Gold medal for him in London, and that's a serious effort too. It is hotting up. It is seriously hotting up.
Franco in second on 7:04. Is Isaac Jean-Paul about to join in the 7-meter?
Isaac Jean-Paul gave us such enjoyment, such entertainment when he won the high jump in London and bronze in the long jump. So has he gone beyond 7? Has he managed to reach up high? He's used the board perfectly here, Isaac Jean-Paul, whose lifetime best is 7:17. He'd have to go some to beat that. Lovely technique, hung in the air. Remember, there is a lot of visual impairment. Jean-Paul has done magnificently. Lifetime best, 7:18. He goes into silver, 5 centimeters behind Cheverov. Zlatanov to get the final round underway. He's in 7th place for Bulgaria, 6:44. Just to let you know about the women's 400 meters T54, it's the first semi-final. Zhu Li Hong has won that, 54:35. Amanda McCrory second, 56:11. And Susanna Scaroni, United States third, 57:83. They are all in the final tonight, and we will see them then in intricate detail. Zlatanov 7th, 6:08. Well, we've got one American in the silver medal position. What can Markeith Price do to lift himself up? 6:41. Lying in 8th position. 6:71 his lifetime best this year. But he'd have to go some to get into the top 6. He's pushed it. He gets the white flag. It's a fair jump.
Jumps remaining in the men's long jump final in the T13 category. Islam Salmon of Kazakhstan next to jump. He's in 6th place, 6:66.
So Price wraps up 6:22, and his lot is 8th, and Zlatanov, as a result, finishes in 7th.
Islam Salamov in 6th position, a season best of 6:66. Lifetime best of 6:93. He'll need more than that. Well, it's out there. been competing in the seniors since back in 2006 in Assen in the Netherlands. Few centimetres short, but well, 6:31, so no improvement. He stays in 6th position. Zach Skinner of Great Britain is very much fired up. He's currently 5th. 6:86, his best so far. Just 3 seconds off his lifetime best, which he'll need to smash here. And I think that tells the story. It's a white flag, but I think he knows his race is run.
In lane 9, representing Mauritius. Marie Desirella Brandy Curry.
He was certainly ready to go. The wind's died down somewhat as well.
In lane 7, ranked number 4 in the world for Australia. Eliza Alt-Connell. In lane 6, ranked number 6 in the world for the USA.
Wonderful camera work.
Sheree Madsen. In lane 5, ranked number 7 in the world.
6:54, so Zach Skinner misses out on the medals. He finishes in 5th place. That tells you that the wind has dropped down for the time being. It was buffeting around a little bit before, started off with no wind at all. The wind came, and all of a sudden, it has died off again. Per Jonsson just out of the medal positions. And he'll stay out of the medal positions because he has picked up a red flag. So we know who the 3 are. Picking up the gold, the silver and the bronze. The question is, with 1 to go for all 3 of them, what order will it be? A foul for Per Jonsson with his last up jump. He's having a look at the board. He did jump a season best though to pick up 4th position, 6:88. But disappointment for the Swede. So Spain's Ivan Jose Canablanco, he jumped 7:04 to put himself in the middle positions. A lifetime best. As he gets the crowd going, he wants to go even further than that. So he's at bronze, he's at silver, he's at gold, he's back in bronze. Can he lift himself any further up? Ahead of him, Isaac John Paul on 7:18. Well, he couldn't have got much closer to the plasticine without fouling.
So Canablanco.
Wonderful day for competing. Oh, look at that.
But the final 2 jumps were
brilliant.
And he comes silver medalist. We start with the athlete from Uzbekistan,
6:81. He takes the bronze medal, does Cano Blanco.
5 seconds clear of silver at the moment.
It's his second global medal, having won silver in Doha, so he loves it in the Gulf. Our leader is Bekyon Chevarov. 7:23 in the previous round. The Asian record might need a few more centimeters onto it just to make sure. In pole position for gold for Uzbekistan. He's only previously won bronze. This is it. He's got a lovely distance. His coaches loved the previous jump, and with good reason. He improved by 28 centimeters from his previous best, which in itself was a lifetime best. Chevarov has done an immense amount in this competition. He can do no more. Whether or not he wins the gold, it is not in his hands. Uzbekistan have won 3 gold medals already. This would be number 4.
5 centimeters behind Chevarov.
That's not beyond 7 meters. Chevarov remains on 7:23. Whether he wins or not, he no longer has a say. It's down to the 2017 high jump world champion, who could be on the brink of becoming the long jump world champion.
So Isaac John Paul with his very last attempt. We saw Nakanishi of Japan win it last night with her final attempt, beating Marlene van Ganzenwinkel in the T47 women's long jump. Can John Paul do it here? No, he can't. I'll tell you why. Even though the crowd have gone up, it is a red flag. The crowd were very happy with his jump at the distance, but the red flag went up straight away, and Uzbekistan have already started the celebrations. Absolutely incredible as that man there fouls with his last attempt.
Here's the replay of what would have been a long jump, but over
The Uzbek fans have gone mad, the coaching team and a few others who've come over from the east of the Caspian Sea. They've got a brilliant parasport program. Rusa Kusieva is their Asian Games powerlifting champion. One of quite a few they have. And they've now got a 4th para-athletics world gold in Dubai. Nope, John Paul this time. But he is the high jump world champion, and he won bronze in the long jump 2 years ago. It's silver here behind this man, Bekyon Chevarov, world champion for the first time. It's his first championship title of any kind.
And what a jump to win it with. John Paul, the American flag, the Uzbekistani supporters went absolutely mad when he won that. Bronze 4 years ago in Doha. He likes this neck of the woods. That year was his senior international debut. He now claims gold. So confirmation of that area record for Chevarov of Uzbekistan, a first gold medal for him, a 4th for Uzbekistan at these championships. John Paul with a lifetime best, picking up silver, and Cano Blanco takes the bronze.
Or have a field of vision with less than 5 degrees radius. They may choose to compete with a guide.
Well, what a fantastic long jump competition. That was a real thrill. It's always great to see different nations come to the fore. The women's 200 meters T12 semi-final one features one of the all-time greats. Amara Duran, the one they all have to beat. She has never been beaten in a World Championship race, ever. Oksana Batorchuk is a three-time world champion. It's T12, it's medium visual impairment, so guides are optional. Katja Muller-Rothgaard is running with one. Noel Philipp Feiner Rothgaard, the twice European champion, 100 and 200, and silvers in the 1 and 2 in London. In lane 5 for Cuba, alongside guide Yunil Kindelan, the 8-time world champion, 5-time Paralympic champion, the great Amara Durand. She's already won 1 and 4 here. In lane 3 for Ukraine, the silver medalist in the 400 meters here in Dubai, 3-time world champion previously, and the 100 Paralympic champion in Beijing, Oksana Batorchuk, with guide Mikita Barabanov. And in lane 1 for Brazil, alongside guide Rodrigo Arcanho, it's Ketia Teodoro. Now, she persuaded her brother Kesley a few years ago to push to be a Paralympian. They finished 4th in Rio. She says a big disappointment is that she didn't push herself at the same time, but she's here now. Teodoro in 1, Batorchuk 3, Duran 5, Muller-Rothgaard in 7. Only the winner goes through to the final, plus the next 2 fastest losers across the 2 semis. So away we go then in this first semi-final. Duran in 5, and just look at the rhythm already. So smooth. This is the last event of her 3, the final tonight. Looking to do another clean sweep like she's done in the last 2 World Championships. 8 gold medals along the way. She's going to win this semi. She's going to glide in. 24:19. Batorchuk is in 2nd place. 24:19 the winning time, and that is only half a second outside a season's best. That's frightening. Muller-Rothgaard and Teodoro were pushing it up for 3rd place. Whoever's 4th in this will be automatically eliminated. Muller-Rothgaard just got there ahead of Teodoro, so she survives for now. Batorchuk and Muller-Rothgaard, the 2 that are hanging on to semi-final 2, but Duran isn't. She's into the final. That's at around 7:50 local time tonight. Mara Duran wins and qualifies, 24.18. Batorchuk in 2nd, Muller-Rothgaard in 3rd.
So it's the next 2 to throw in the shot puts. The silver and bronze medalists currently, and the silver and gold medalists. And you can see
it's always great seeing the greats perform impeccably time after time. We all love an upset, there's no doubt about that. And it's sensational quality, but there's also a joy to be had with seeing all of the greats.
Interestingly, she's running with strapping on her thigh as well, Amara Duran. So didn't push herself in that one, but still had plenty in the tank. I wonder whether she's maybe carrying a slight injury.
The thing is, doesn't seem to be affecting her very much.
It doesn't. There was a little grimace though as she came down, so maybe the final might be the one where she finally gets caught. 10 major finals she's won in the World Championships.
The final tonight, mark your card, 19:49 local time here in Dubai, so it's 15:49 GMT. It's a last race of these championships.
So after me saying all that, Amara Duran will more than likely turn up and break the world record. Anyway, the second semi-final in the women's 200 metres T12 medium visual impairment. Iglesias Fornero, she's had a very good championship. We saw her in the crowd there a little earlier watching on with the long jump, watching Cano Blanco. She's now back out on the track. She got silver on the left of the screen there in the 100 metres with Amara Duran, of course, taking victory in that one. There she is. (24.58), her lifetime best she set this year. She runs without a guide, not compulsory in the T12 category. It is optional. And next to her, the lady who came third in that 100 metres, Vivian Ferreira Soares of Brazil. Kulinich Sorokina of Russia, the former javelin world and European champion, the 2016 European Championship silver medalist in the 200 metres T12 category. And from Brazil, in lane 5, it is Vivian Ferreira Soares. Her major championship debut came back in 2016 at her home Paralympics. She came third in the 100 metres here. And Spain's Adaratu Iglesias Fornero, silver behind Amara Duran in the 100 metres. Born in Mali, moving to Spain at the age of 11. And in the inside lane, Grelis Villarreal Hernandez of Venezuela, the 23-year-old who received the Jose Felix Ribas Order for her performance at Rio 2016. And if you're wondering who that is, well, he was the Venezuelan independence leader and hero of the independence war in the 19th century. We're all about history here in this programming. So just the first to go through, Iglesias Fornero, more than likely starting as the favourite in this one. Well, they're away with no issues at all, and already up on the outside is Ferreira Soares of Brazil, moving past Kulinich Sorokina into first place, and rounding the bend looking strong as well is the Spaniard Iglesias Fornero. It's a battle into at the moment, but coming down the outside very strongly is Ana Kulinich Sorokina, but it is Spain's Adaratu Iglesias Fornero who's gone across in 24.46 seconds unofficially to take the win and qualify for this evening's final. And way back, Villarreal Hernandez has fallen at the 100 metre mark. She's back on the ground. But there's the winner, Iglesias Fornero, but that is disappointment back at the 100 metre mark for Villarreal Hernandez of Venezuela. Pulled a muscle, it's gone down, and unfortunately for her, the 23-year-old will not be finishing this race and will be receiving a bit of medical attention, but the show goes on, as they say, and that lady there Aderatu Iglesias Fornero moves through and gives herself an opportunity of another medal in the 200 metres T12 final. Kulinic Sorokin picks up second place. Ferreira Suarez being knocked down to third. But that is, unfortunately, part of what we see in sport, and especially in the sport of athletics. And watch go around there, and she just pulls up, the guy goes forward, but out in front, Spain's Aderatu Iglesias Fornero continues on her way to also set a time of 24:45, which for her is a lifetime best, breaking her previous mark of 24:58 by 0.13 of a second. So that shows you Kulinic Sorokina going across in second place on the outside, but way out in front, Iglesias Fornero. But here's the incident in the back. That's certainly a leg injury, a hamstring. Left hamstring is pulled on Federal Hernandez of Venezuela as she rounded the bend to come into the straight, and down she goes. So her race and her championships are over. Always sad to see. Especially when you're only 23 years of age at a major championships and you've got so much to look forward to. So many hopes, aspirations, but for her, unfortunately, she won't get a placing in this one. Iglesias Fornero goes through, as does Kulinic Sorokina, who qualifies in a lifetime best for her as well. So that will be the final lineup. The world and championship record holder, defending champion Amara Durand, will go from 24:18 for her. Personal bests and season bests for Iglesias Fornero, Paterchik and Kulinic Sorokina, who make up that lineup later for this evening.
Bridget Kober of Germany is the champion. Final put for the world record holder.
Pleasant again today.
So she's thrown a championship.
Still quite a bit to
11:08.4.
view. The track action's done for this morning. Resumes again at 6 p.m. local time, 1400, 2 p.m. GMT. But we still do have some action in the field
11:19,
progressing.
another championship record to end the session with. And that's the final result now on the scoreboard.
So we still have a bit
Bronze
to
for China,
have a view
Wu
at,
Ping.
which is why we still have some
Silver
fans
for Russia,
eagerly
Irina Lipatnikova,
entrenched
and gold
here
for
in the
Germany and Birgit
Club for
Kober.
People of Determination.
نهاية مسابقة دفع الجلة سيدات فئة F36 والميداليات الثلاثة تذهب للصينية. المركز الثالث والبرونزية ويكينج، والمركز الثاني والميدالية الفضية تذهب للاعبة غالينا ليباتينوفا، والمركز الأول الميدالية الذهبية تذهب لألمانيا واللاعبة برجيت كوبر. ألف مبروك للفائزات.
So that concludes our morning session. Thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you to all of our officials, to the athletes, to the volunteers.
Tonight, a marvellous program as always.
For the evening session of
We've
day
got
6 of the Dubai
18 gold
2019
medals
World
decided
Paralympics
tonight,
Championships.
13 in the track and 5 in the field. Women's discus F38, women's shot put F54 to kick off. Happy landings.
شكرا جزيلا للمتطوعين، الجهد الجبار للمتطوعين، شكرا جزيلا لكم معكم الفترة المسائية إن شاء الله.
We're right alongside the airport as well, which gives us just marvellous views of the planes coming and going. Shot put action coming up shortly. Go nowhere. Although they're going somewhere.
That's our train. We're late.
Women's shot put F36, coordination impairment, and 5 in the field for this final. The defending world champion is Wu Qing of China. She's taken golds in Doha and in London. European silver medalist Galina Lipatnikova. 3 Paralympic golds, 4 world golds for Birgit Kober. And here is Wu Qing of China, currently in the bronze medal position with that 9.24. So she needs something bigger in order to get the gold here. Otherwise, she's going to be dethroned. It was silver in the shot for her in Rio at the Paralympic Games. And when she won gold in London in the discus in 2012, it was a remeasured shot, originally credited with silver, but ended up with the gold. She's a 3-time Paralympic champion, a double in 08 in Beijing at her home Paralympic Games in the discus and the javelin. 9.32, and it looks like bronze for Wu. Galina Lipatnikova or Lipatnikova. Depends where she's from. Based in Perm. Also, she's long-term been a darts player. She got the target there with her first round throw. That's beyond 10 meters. Her only major competition prior to this was the Euros in 2016. Russia didn't compete in the Paralympic Games a few months later. She won silver in Grosseto, but she did win in the Grand Prix in Notwil. That puts her into the gold medal spot immediately, 10.36. Could it be Russian gold? Birgit Kober from Germany. 11 major titles, 3 Paralympic, 4 World Championship titles, 4 European golds. She is a solid thrower. Her teammate Juliana Moga outside the medals in 4th. And usually she is in the medals. So it won't be a German double this time. Kober, though, will get a medal. How good was that? It's beyond 10 meters. I think she likes it. I think she likes it. Excellent throw by Kober. Fabulous throw. Surely she's put herself in with a great chance of the win. Has she crept beyond Lipatnikova? Oh yes, she has! Gold for Germany, gold for Birgit Kober, and it's a championship record. 11 meters 19. It's her 5th World Championship title. That is stellar. Birgit Kober does it again. 11.19. Championship record takes the gold. Lipatnikova the silver for Russia, and the outgoing champion Wu Qing of China with the bronze. Lovely afternoon, as usual. So loads of finals tonight. Every track final shown. China with their 15th gold medal, but Wu King is not one of them. 34 medals they've claimed now. Ukraine with 8 gold, Brazil with 7, Great Britain with their great field successes last night. Holly Arnold with their 6th gold last night. Russian Federation with 4, Australia with 4, 11 medals in total, including Sarah Walsh's bronze in the long jump last night. Uzbekistan now have got 4 gold medals, and that great for them thanks to Bekyon Chevarov. India with 5 medals, all in the field, 2 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. Japan with their dramatic gold last night through good old Maya. Bulgaria through Rushdie and Stoyanov with their 2 gold medals still. Amara Duran with 2 gold medals for Cuba, and surely a 3rd on the way. How well the Netherlands are excelling as well. 1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze, thanks to Van Gansewinkel and this magnificent discovery through Kimberly Alcamada. Namibia with a gold, Kuwait with a gold, Spain, Mexico, Malaysia, Greece all waiting for their first gold medal. But of course, for a lot of the nations here, it's getting on the board that is the most important thing. Doesn't matter about the colour. Daniel Wagner with his bronze, with his silver for Denmark in the long jump. Peter Hennen for Belgium in the 100 meters, and a bronze each for Azerbaijan and Indonesia. And well done, one and all. So those, the medals, details of more medals.
Sunderland Nyante picking up a discus throw gold to go with the shot put. Zhang with a silver with a season best, and Isabella Campos of Brazil taking a bronze in 34.28 for her. Women's shot put F34. Zhu with a championship record 8.76 for her. An area record for Moroccan Saida Amoudi in silver, and Vanessa Wallace of Great Britain takes the bronze. So 5 field finals today in the morning session, 18 in the evening. From myself, Tolson Tollett, and Will Downing, we wish you a very good afternoon, but do stay with us and join us again at 17:55 local time this evening. We look forward to your company then, when the sun may have got in slightly. Till then, bye for now.